So yeah, quick little intros. Nick Clark down there in the seaweed, calling in from Santa Barbara. Is that correct, Nick?
Yep. Yeah.
Perfect. I've got Peterson up in San Francisco.
Yep.
We have August and Kenny Howell in Half Moon Bay. So you got 3 California coasters right there, or 4 between the 3 screens. And then Daryl and myself are calling in from Jackson, Wyoming. So far from the ocean, but excited to have Daryl's perspective here. And so to start off the evening, I figured we would immediately address the idea of evolution of surf culture with a quick little what each of you believe is what is surf culture in your mind. Is it the lingo, the fashion, the etiquette, or something else entirely different? And so I'll kick off to Nick Clark first. I can see him thinking this through.
Oh.
With just trusting your gut here. Just go with your gut. What do you believe is the definition of surf culture?
Oh man, that's a tough question. I think it means something different to everyone because surfing, like the emotion and the feeling of surfing can be relatable to someone who's never surfed. They can see it and it can still have like an emotional impact on them. But I guess when you're talking culture, you're talking about the people who are actually doing it. So I guess the surf culture is really, built around the act of riding a wave, stepping off land into the ocean, letting it all go, and just, riding the wave.
Nice. Okay. All right. Peterson, you mind follow that up?
Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to have a skewed vision of what surf culture is. I just started 3 years ago, and my introduction was through like going out surfing by myself and volunteering with city surf projects. So it's a bunch of people that are taking inner city kids out surfing. So it's like the culture that I see isn't necessarily like the style of clothing that people are wearing or the way that they're well, I guess it is the way that they're acting. It's this community sense. Like I never found a community in San Francisco as long as I lived here until I started surfing. So for me, the culture is actually the community. It's like the bringing the people together. It's like the ability to share just this love and passion for something. And so I think that's why I've been very fortunate when I started. Like I've met some of my best friends through that are really incredible people. And then just the ability to share a wave with a stranger and get the stoke and like have so much fun and be so excited for just being out in the water. So yeah, it's not necessarily a style or the way you present yourself. For me, it's just like the people that have come together and they're my people now. So that's my surf culture.
Awesome. I love it. August and Kenny.
I think Nick and Peterson both had really good points there. That was cool to hear. I don't know. That's kind of a really broad question. And like Nick said, I suppose it kind of means different things to different people. And you get out what you put in. So like, for example, depending on how like committed you want to be to surfing and like what your goals are, like you'll get different like rewards and experiences, I suppose. Like just the other day, for example, we were out surfing at a spot that
don't say the name.
I'm gonna say he's not saying the name.
No, I was gonna say it.
The Misto spot.
We're surfing Misto spot number 3, and he was on a kayak and I was on a longboard, and that was just kind of a new, different experience for both of us. We had it to ourselves, which was cool, and considering how popular surfing is becoming now, like from business side and more people picking it up during the pandemic. For me, it's a way to do a consistent activity with my friends outdoors that, people can relate to, but it's like you can be so in your own mind and so focused on your own goals. It's pretty unique in that way, at least for me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would just add a little bit more of the romance side to it. And if you look at the surf literature out there, surfing culture is in love with itself, and they do a really good job of documenting, the passion, and I actually like that about it. Any pursuit, sport, or activity, it needs to have a way of promoting itself. But surfing has this incredible romance about it. So I'm enamored by the Hawaiian side of it, the aloha vibe. It could be a cliche, but actually when you're on the North Shore, and as long as you're not getting beat up by other surfers trying to catch a wave.
Now that's surf culture.
Yeah, I mean, we have felt the aloha, and we try to turn people on to it. To me, like this has been said 1,000 times, but the best surfer is the one having the most fun. And if you can turn people on to that side of it, then it's a feel-good thing for everybody. Because surf culture can be aggressive, it can be elitist, but you also see, like turning people on to it. That the Hawaiians, they turned us on to it, and it spread all over the world. Now you can surf in Waco, Texas, indoor pool. So, yeah.
Is it actually a thing, an indoor pool in Waco?
Oh yeah.
So it's outdoors, but it's man-made.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that in the romantic aloha side of it. That's a thing.
I definitely want to return to that in a moment. The Texas segue is pretty good for Daryl. Daryl's got, you're from Texas originally, right, Daryl?
No, actually, I should be part of the California contingent on this call. I was born in Long Beach and grew up in Orange County. I used to surf at Huntington Pier, lifeguard station number 3 on the south side. And then we would take these forays down south to these exotic locales like Encinitas and Leucadia and Blacks and La Jolla. And then occasionally we would really venture out and do K38 and Ensenada, and then later on mainland Mexico trips. And then later on Nicaragua and Costa Rica and Hawaii and all of that. And, I was not just outside the industry, I actually got in the industry and started a graphics and a t-shirt company with 3 surf buddies in 86. 86, as you guys probably remember, or maybe you're too young, were the days of Danny Kwok and polka dot surf trunks, Echo Beach, Newport Beach, day glow, bright colors, which was a radical departure from the early 70s, which were black wetsuits, white surfboards, heavy local vibes, bricks through the windshield at Hollywood by the Sea and places like that in Ventura. And so I kind of got into the business that way, started doing trade shows like Action Sports Retailer in Long Beach and Surf Expo in Orlando. Last time I did that show, Hurricane, Irma hit? That was no fun. So, I've kind of been down the road. I've been in the industry and surrounding it. There is a culture, and I like the comment, it's in love with itself, because, all you got to do is pull up some old videos of Mickey Dora, talking about, everybody, or Chuck Dent, everybody wants to make a buck off of surfing. There's some great literature out there. Barbarian Days, A Surfing Life. I think that's William Finnegan is great. In Search of Captain Zero, real fun book, real good read. That would kind of give you an idea about people, getting involved in the passionate side of this, where, surfing is what they're all about. It's why they live. It's, I saw on a bumper today, live to ski. And so there's a parallel certainly with surfing. And there's people, I knew people all my life that worked for 6 months and went surfing for 6 months, and, usually point south. And, you spend 6 months surfing every single day for 8 hours a day, you come back, you're a very good surfer because you're getting more waves in a shorter period of time than most people ever have an opportunity to. And, you know, people would come back and they were different people. From a 6-month experience, they were absolutely changed in what they wanted to do and where they saw their life going. I guess
Hey, Daryl, what job was that? How did they do that?
carpentry a lot, you know, those types of industries where they could work on and kind of call, they were subs or whatever. And they would do that kind of gig. And you guys, there was a time when you could stay on in an apartment on Main Street on Huntington Beach for $300 a month. And that was a 2-bedroom apartment. And, you know, of course, those days are long gone by, but, you know, in the early 70s, like Huntington was a very seedy place. It was oil field workers and grimy bars. And it was nothing like it is today with Jack's and Pacific, what is it, Huntington Surf and Sport, and that whole scene there on PCH in Maine. It was a pretty low rent place.